Well, I hope this thing is working. This is a piece of mulling. I'm gonna try to use this piece. I'll have to go grab another one from over there. Quit it, Duke! Stop! You're running off of my stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna snap that off. I don't need the seed head. No, you can't have that. Make you sick. Anyway, I'm gonna dress this up. I got some other woods here I'm going to dress up, and I'll get it all ready, and then I'll see if I can show you the stuff I need to show you as far as this part 2 of the Egyptian or Iroquois bow drill, or pump drill, excuse me, pump drill. So we'll see how this works out. Drop it. Alright. Well, I tried it with the mullein. The problem is, my mullein is so dry, it's cracking. So, although my flywheel stayed tight, and what I did was I just put a couple of hitches on the 2 branches I used, and I used a I can't remember the name of the damn knot now. Prusik hitch. A prusik on top. So basically I'm going down with it and then they're coming back up and spinning. And all I did was use a couple of branches that were basically Y shaped. And all I did was I made a hole. Rather than having to make another one of these to go up and down the shaft, I just used 2 Y branches with a couple of knots just to bind it together. And then I hold that in my hand. But like I said, I'm going to have to use a different mullein to try that the next time, so I'm going to move on to the next step. But anyway, prusik on top and just some hitch knots down here. Round turn, a couple half hitches. So anyway, I'm going to shut off the camera and redo everything. So anyway, it wedged in pretty good, by the way, even just with that little shaft just from there to there, but I'll have to try a different stick. Alright. Alright. Well, now I changed over to a stick, same kind of setup. And all I did was I whittled down the knots and whittled down the shaft and left this pretty much original with just the bark off it, rounded off the tip. Now it sleeves down. It's locked in there really good, but I'm having a problem. I haven't figured out how to deal with it yet, but I'm having a problem when I'm spinning it. When it's spinning, it's coming down to the bottom, and it's starting to wind. And I don't know if it's because there's some stretch in this cord or not. I don't have any other cordage with me. I just thought this paracord might do it, just like a shoelace might do it. But what's happening is it's spinning, coming down and then coming up only part way and then stopping, and I don't think it's from the counterweight, because I tried it over here on this edge of this log with a divot in it just to see if I could get it to spin, because right now I'm at the situation where I'm at a bow drill situation in a sense. With the spindle, all I had to do was cut that off and I could have made it so into a bow drill. But a lot of work doing this, a lot more than it'd have to. I don't know if it's going to, the efficiency is going to outweigh just using a doggone regular bow drill. But I'm still going to try this, keep working at it. But I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not sure what it is yet, and I'm going to have to think on that. But anyway, I thought I'd pass that on, so I'm going to stop where I'm at, and I'll keep puttering around, but I'm not going to keep filming when I don't have anything new to show you. So all I'm doing is testing things out, trying to figure it out. So now my next step is to see what the cordage situation, what's going on with that. I may have to change over to a drilled hole style. I thought I could get by doing it this way, but maybe not. But anyway, I got to figure out, see if I can do this right here just to show you. Turn the camera a little bit. I don't know if that's going to show up in the picture or not. Anyway, it comes down. And then my knot came a little loose. but it comes down and then it comes down and it starts to go back up and then it stops. And I don't know if it's because of my fingers here or what. So I can try to hold it here, but I've got too big of a gap in here so it wobbles around. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. And I'll get back to you. Well, I tried it by splitting the end, going around it, through it, and around it, and then back through it again to hope, to hold it close together. And I'm having the same problem of bottoming out and not quite being able to go back up again as far. So I'm getting like back to about there. And I don't know if I'm binding out here or what. So it just keeps... I think it's because the rope is too stretchy, is what I'm beginning to think, or else that the rope is binding too tightly on the shaft. So I'm going to have to try some different cordage, maybe. I just think that this is gripping onto the wood too tightly, and so it's not. Even though once it comes around, once it comes back up, it starts to bind on itself, or bind on the wood, and it's creating too much friction. Or either I need a bigger counterweight. But, so I've got to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to try using some lighter cordage next time. I don't have any with me. So I'll have to put this on hold until I get a little farther. And get some different cordage. And I might even make another one of these. Just to see if it's because of the weight of this versus the torque that I'm putting down. But anyway, it's an interesting experiment, challenge. And at least I don't need to use fire. I can make fire other ways, but sure be nice to try this and get it to work right. So anyway, till the next time. Bye. All right. It's like I'm recording. I made just out of a piece of cedar board, I made a test board because I was wondering about my forked stick's not working right. I don't know if you can see them or not. Forked sticks. So I made this to test this out, and I'm going to still use the same cordage I used before. And I figured out something, and that is that you almost got to help it go back up. It's like a technique. I'm going to try to show this. I don't know if it's going to come through or not, but and I need some practice. I haven't had a chance to do this for a few days, but you go down and then you bring it back up again, but you got to leave pressure enough that it stays in the socket. But then you could go the opposite direction and then you bring it back up again. And I'm trying to do this and film it at the same time, and I might have to tie a poacher's knot or something to hold this down, but basically I figured that much out with this paracord anyway, that you help it by going back and forth. And I'm having a hard time holding that. I'm going to try to do this with my... I don't even know if I'm in the screen anymore. There, let me see. Over here. Yeah, well, I'll put my foot up here and see if I can hold this down and do this. Show what I'm talking about. I don't have a cameraman, so I'm going to try to do this probably out of the screen again. I'm going to try to do this by myself. But it's, you go down, and then as it goes down and spins, you get to the end, you start to let up, and it will wind itself back up again. So I'll give that a try a couple of times. Yeah, that isn't going to work. I'm going to have to try to do this a different way. I'm going to shut the camera off and I'll try to rig something up here. Alright. See if I can get this down in the picture. Okay. Alright. What I did was I took some paracord and I made a poacher's knot and I tensed it down like you use an arbor knot, and put my hearthboard on this log, and it's pretty steady. But the problem I'm having, oh, lost the frame or not. Problem I'm having is that when I go for to help it bring it back up, when I go down and I help it bring it back up, I know this is out of the screen, but when I go down and then come down to the bottom and start to help it back up, it pops out. So in other words, I'm not able to keep direct pressure doing it this way, or else this is binding and lifting up on the deal. And that's why I was using something wider than this little hole here. I was using these two forked sticks. These two forked sticks hooked together to make a bigger hole rather than this one here. So I'm going to change up and change over to another different style, and we'll try this again. I'm not too I'm having fun doing the experiment, but I'm not too impressed on this method so far. So it might be, I'm wondering if my flywheel is not heavy enough. So that might be an issue too. Either it doesn't have enough out, or enough weight to. It's definitely the two woods are going together really good. I'm doing this by hand, just spinning it by hand. Actually, to be honest with you, the counterweight is actually helping with the hand drill motion more than I expected. So that's what just the hand drill, and I don't even have to use the pump part, and it's already starting to drill. So anyway, I'll change it over and try something new. Well, let's see if I'm in the camera here. Now, I'm going to bring this up so you can see what my hand is doing rather than what the bottom is doing. Maybe. Alright. Anyway. No, that's not going to work either. I got to move the camera up higher, I guess. Figure out a better way to do this. Crap. Now I'm getting too far away from. Alright, maybe you can see what I'm doing this way. Alright, I changed over. I went to some leather cord, and I put the sticks on it. I'm having the same trouble. When I go to bring it back up again, it's jumping out of my divot. That's telling me two things. I think this is it's not heavy enough. It's dry wood. I think I should use green wood for more weight, more mass, whatever you want to call it, more dense wood. Because every time I try to go back up again, it either pops out or it dead stops. So try this again. See, that way it started to wind back up, but it locks in. So I'm a little frustrated with this. It's awful humid out here. It rained for the last 3 days, and now the sun's coming out and it's getting warm and humid. But anyway, see, like I said, now it's locking up. See, it locked up even though it started to twist up again. And see, now that time it just landed dead down and stopped. So I'm gonna have to work on this some more. So this is part 2. I've been showing you my fails that I'm learning. So I'll keep working at this and see what I can come up with. I don't usually give up on anything until I at least try to get it done. But so I got to figure it out. I just got to figure it out. And I haven't been doing a lot of studying on this. I just been going on what I've got in my head. Sure, I watched Off Trail's video of him doing it, and I saw him do it with some stuff by his house. I think it was by his house, and then I saw him do it out in the woods where he had a fail where his counterweight came loose. I think the idea is right, but the weight of it's wrong, or I'm doing something wrong, and I got to get the one right for sure. Now, even though a hand drill, using it with a hand drill, this counterweight's heavy enough. It just doesn't feel heavy enough anymore. And after I got it to using the cordage, so anyway, anybody that's watching this gets to learn along with me. See, yeah, if I go to back up, it starts to wind back up again, but it jumps right out of the divot. And if I want to hold it down here, I might as well got the bow drill out. So anyway, I can tell you one thing, unless this thing becomes more efficient, once you figure out how to do it, you just might as well stick with a bow drill, hand drill, or a frickin' Bic lighter. So anyway, hey, I'm having fun. I'm trying to keep a positive mind and trying to figure this out, because it's got me, I don't know, it's a challenge, and I want to make it work. So, anyway, I'll see you later. It's part 2. I guess there'll probably be a part 3 when I get something figured out. I gotta have to make a bunch of different, make some longer counterweights. I'll probably use the same stick, and I still got to show you that. I could show you that right now, but I'll show it to you later. It's going to be long enough. So anyway, well, if you want to stay tuned, we'll see what happens the next time I come out here and do this. Have a good day. Bye.